Hey guys, welcome back to Filter Coffee Football. Big match starting off the new year. Arsenal won, Manchester City 2. Uh, Disappointing result, but an amazing, incredible performance. Very optimistic way to start the new year. It's a very, bittersweet sort of result as an Arsenal fan watching this match. I honestly had to sit down and watch the replays because I had a bit too much fun on New Year's Eve. But yeah, Karthik, let's start. Let's just start off with the talk about the city portion of it because they were surprisingly pedestrian in this fixture.
The first half definitely pedestrian. They were inside their own half for like quite a while, which was surprising because a City side doesn't really play that way, where they are mostly in the opposition half. But it was surprising to see City being in their own half for like the better half of the first 45 minutes. The second 45 less so because of a contentious red, but we'll get to that in some time.
Yeah, they didn't put incredible amounts of pressure. I mean, they ended up having more shots and all of that stuff. But like you said, a lot of it came in the second half when we were already a man down. For all intents and purposes, Arsenal deserved the lead going into halftime. Manchester City were just really just trying to keep pace with a really energetic Arsenal team. Of course, in the end, when you have the kind of quality and the kind of resilience that Manchester City have, you can scrounge around a result. So
Easy enough.
yeah, exactly. So they did eventually end up getting a penalty again, a contentious decision there, and then a very scrappy extra time goal to seal the victory. And you could see how much it meant to them to win that match because I think the City players understood that this wasn't a performance where they really deserve to walk away with 3 points. And I think both Bernardo Silva and Rodri got booked for their celebrations. And it was again, it's sad that we lost the match, but it's really interesting to see the kind of competition we gave to City, who at this point in time seems like they're pretty much on course for yet another um, title win. Um, we won't be seeing them again, but this should give Arsenal a lot of hope going into their matches against Liverpool, Chelsea, United. So and
We
the
have a
North
derby
London,
coming up
yeah, the North London derby that's
in
going to
like
come up.
2.5 weeks. Yeah.
So it should give us a lot of momentum going into those. We are also going to meet Liverpool in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Liverpool without a few of their key players. So again, we should by all
But
means be
Klopp
expected
doesn't
to go
really
through.
play his star men in the Carabao Cup because
I
he
mean, it's the
doesn't really
semi-final
value
though.
that. So
It's a semi-final
but
though. So
he still doesn't value that cup. So I don't really expect him to like have a strong lineup. But right now, yes.
yeah, and I hope we do put up a strong team and we do try and get that result out from under them. And yeah, speaking of the Arsenal performance, incredible. I mean, my three standout players for this match were Partey, Saka because he got that incredible goal, and Martinelli, my man of the match by far, just because of the sheer amount of opportunities that he created and the amount of stress that he caused João Cancelo on that Manchester City wing. Really strong performance, really highly energetic, very impactful, very unlucky to not score. He probably deserved at least a couple of goals this match. Not to mention he missed a glaring open chance. So again, stings that we didn't get a result when we really did deserve that win. Um, yeah, what do you want? I want you to talk about Thomas Partey because I know you've been his biggest critic, and
Hmm.
this was probably his
I
best
think
performance so far.
this was probably his best performance from the United game that we played about a year ago. Exactly a year ago. This was probably his best performance at home, I guess. And I think he overall dominated them in ways we didn't expect to. And City must have probably underwhelmed or must have just undervalued Arsenal as a team because they already had a what 6-0 result against us on opening day.
Hmm.
So a fair criticism to City for letting their instinct lose a little bit. I think City just sat off, but they're trying to win the ball, but they were in around circles and they were being pressed quite well by the young Arsenal squad. Like you notice Martinelli, you notice Tierney, you notice Saka, all of them going for the ball. For me, standout players along with Partey were probably Tomiyasu too
Hmm.
and Martinelli, definitely. Saka obviously deserves a mention because smart enough to make that run, and he tried to do so many things. Some of them happened, some of them didn't. But I really think we can take a great amount of joy from this performance, not because we didn't get the 3 points, but because we showed up and showed up how. This the build up play was excellent. Ben White starting the move that eventually led to the goal. Tierney sharp on the left, Martinelli being extra sharp on the left, putting Cancelo to bed and not letting Cancelo like run riot because that's what he's been doing for a while right now in the league. I thought Bernardo Silva and KDB were tamed by Xhaka and Partey. I never thought I would say it, but if you look at it, they weren't really able to execute as much as they wanted to. I also feel that Rodri could have got a booking quite earlier in the game, but the only booking that he got was a yellow card for the celebration. I mean, he's committed like 200,000 fouls in that game,
Yeah, a
but
lot
gets
of
away with it.
a lot
Whereas
of that.
Mr. Atwell feels somebody yelling at them means a yellow card, which is surprising because, oh, you've never heard someone yell at you? Come on.
Yeah, and that brings us to both the contentious decisions this game. I mean, I'm on board with the second yellow. I think that was a clear and obvious yellow card offense, but you've already given a penalty. You've already, the City have already capitalized on it. They've already equalized. At that point, it seemed really stupid to book Gabriel. Part of the blame is, Arsenal should have, like, Lacazette, I think, was the captain today, if I'm not mistaken. He should have,
Yes.
kept Gabriel away from the ref, just made sure that, hot heads don't prevail. But that was still a really stupid first yellow card. And at that point, you couldn't not book him for the tackle that he made. And that was sending off. So it was a really stupid first offense that he got booked for, and then coming down to the incident for the penalty. um, it's again, it's a reputation preceding the player. I'm convinced that Bernardo Silva was not getting the ball; he was going down anyway.
Yes. Falling
But
flat.
yeah,
Clearly falling flat.
but there was a shirt pull in there. That was probably an instinct that Xhaka should have controlled. Silva wasn't getting to the ball. That I think that just it was one of those things where his reputation plus that instinct to hold on to the player worked against him in giving them that penalty. Really, really soft. I get why the penalty was given, but at the same time, there should have been a little bit more, common sense in that Silva was already going down. The ball was kind of already getting away from him. Same logic was not applied to the Odegaard tackle, where
I
Edison
mean,
clearly, yeah. So
yeah.
because
You know
Edison
what the
got
surprising part is? Correct. Sorry.
no, please go
Go
ahead, go
on.
ahead.
You know what the surprising part is? They put it on slow mo. They put Bernardo's fall on slow mo, yet couldn't figure out that he was falling already. Which makes it all the more obvious for me to question why is there VAR if you can't really see things even in slow mo, right? Slow motion is for you to assist or you to have an assistance to figure out whether the player actually had contact. Did he was he in the middle of a fall in between getting that shirt pull or whatever? But VAR was just used to call the ref and say, okay, it's a penalty, just overturn the decision. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it's there's just so much subjectivity in there again, because I will be on board with them not giving the Odegaard decision. Okay, fine. Edison did get the ball, even if it was through Odegaard's foot. Edison did get the ball, but again, it's a tackle anywhere else on the pitch. Then why is it not a foul inside the penalty box? In that situation, if it was a central defensive midfielder outside of the D, that would have been a foul because you still got the player. And with the new laws, as long as you get the player, it's a foul. It doesn't matter whether you got the ball after. We have seen this happen multiple times in the
We
past
had
where
too many times.
players, yeah, where players argue that, oh, but I got the ball, but no, you got the player as well, so it's a foul. So why does that not apply to the Odegaard situation? If that was given, then I would have been a little bit more on board with this decision as well. With Xhaka was like, okay, there was a shirt tug in there, but again, the player is already going down, so um, we can beat around the bush and we can kind of argue, but that's something that it's happened. We cannot change that. We can only hope that referees are more transparent about this. I still maintain that after any match like this where you've had these kind of contentious decisions, put the referees on the spot, have them come out post match and give an interview justifying their decisions, educate us as viewers more, because otherwise all you're doing is just making us angry and making us feel like our teams are being picked against specifically.
There's a thing there. There's a thing there. Power without accountability is true power, right? I mean, you get to do whatever you get to do, but you're never held accountable for it. So be as it may, why would you want to change it? Why would you want to introduce a shred of accountability? Because there's nobody questioning the laws, nobody questioning the PGMOL, and the easy way out is just to blame technology because, hey, this tech told us this is wrong. But who's the interpreter? The interpreter is a referee, is a human being.
Yeah,
That's where the
exactly.
problem lies.
And it has never happened that that's the other sad part of it, that it's never happened that a referee goes to the monitor and then chooses not to overturn the decision. You know for a fact that the moment the ref is going to the monitor, the decision is going against you. So at that point, why are you even building this farce of having the ref go to the monitor and give the impression that it's the on-field ref that's made the decision? So it's stupid. But nonetheless, I'm really happy about the performance. It was really good. We would have loved those 3 points, especially seeing as West Ham picked up a few points. United won their match. Spurs won their match. It's important now that we are in that top four that we keep the momentum going and keep getting points, even if it's not a win. Keep getting points in big matches like this one against Man City, and City could afford to drop points as well. So um, it's kind of an unfortunate result in that sense, but I think the next Premier League result that we have is the North London Derby, and that's going to be a very, very
Yep.
crucial 3 points. We got a win on them last time around. Hopefully, we're gonna do a double on them this season and just create a nice, sweet buffer between us and them. But yeah, any final thoughts? Any leaving goodbye thoughts before we wrap up?
Final thoughts is I'm glad that we've stopped the end goalless streak against City. At least we've had a goal. We've not had a goal versus City for probably the last 6 or 7 games, which is our
In the Premier
longest
League, yeah.
run. Yeah. At least that is broken for now, or at least that stays that way now. I mean, it's not more than 6. I would have hoped for a win, but you can only get what you take. I mean,
Mhm.
you only take what you get. Sorry, it is the other way around. The result has made me delusional.
It's
Uh,
okay. I'm very optimistic with this result. I
yeah,
hope the players, the manager, and the fans really look into the positives of this result, hang on to those. You know, Going into the match, very few people expected 3 points anyway. So to be robbed of 3 points is a much better feeling than to know that you never deserve to win in the first place. So I'm going to
exactly.
hold on to that feeling. And again, fabulous result going to the North London Derby without any points, but with a lot of confidence, having
Confidence.
given the title contenders a really, really stiff opposition this time around. But yeah, that was our look at Arsenal versus Manchester City. Let us know what your thoughts are. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe as always. Follow us on Filter Coffee Footy on Instagram. And thank you so much. Happy New Year, guys. See ya.
Happy New Year.